Can I tell you what most people do? Because I've worked with millions of people all over the world in 100 countries. Here's the pattern of most people. They finally commit to something they get excited about, let's say, and they go for it and they work at it. And if they're really good, they succeed and they grow in a relationship, in a business, in something, their body. And then after 7 years, somewhere in 7 to 10 years, sometimes 5, they start to question, is this all there is? Is this really what I want? You know, why? Because we get satiated. You can have the best meal in the world. You like steak and lobster, but if you have it 3 times a day for 6 months, it doesn't feel quite so great anymore when it used to be your dream. There's nothing wrong with it, but your brain starts to say there must be something more. I'm going to give you the chemistry of transformation. If you want to transform, or you're not, and you want to know why you're not, you'll know which element you're missing. So the first step to transformation is satiation. Satiation means there's nothing wrong, it's just you're doing the same things over and over again, and it's no longer really exciting and fulfilling because it's not new. There's no newness to it. You're probably not growing as much is really the problem. It's not what you're doing, it's you stop growing. And when you get satiated, you start to think there must be a different thing in my relationship or in my body or with my kids or in my business or my finances or my mission or whatever. But then, if you keep going, you'll eventually get to dissatisfaction. That's the second element in the chemistry of transformation. Dissatisfaction. Now, you're not just doing something where it's not as fulfilling, you're doing the same thing and it's annoying, or it's painful, or it's like, I can't do that anymore. And now the tempo for pushing change within yourself, the chemistry is pushing you to make a bigger change. Now, people don't usually do it with just dissatisfaction because change is a big thing, takes energy, takes uncertainty, pushing through. So usually you have to keep going until you hit what's called a threshold. That's the third one. Third piece of the chemistry of transformation is you hit a threshold. Threshold is when your brain goes, no more, not another day, not another hour, not a minute, I am done with this. You finally got to a point where your brain said, not another day, not another hour, it's been painful in the past, it's painful in the present, it's painful in the future, I'm done. Now, when that happens, fourth element will pop in your mind. This is how you know you're there. You'll have an insight. And the insight almost always is, it's not someone else, it's me. It's not my brother, it's not my sister, it's me. I'm the one not doing what's necessary. I'm not managing my own mind. I'm the one letting the outside world control what's going on. At some point, the truth will hit you. And it's not comfortable to know the truth. So some people will freeze and go back. But the minute you get the insight, the final piece of chemistry shows up. It's called an opening. And the way I describe it, I see it when people stand up. I know where they are. I'm watching where they are in the process. And I decide, I used to kick people through the opening. The opening is a very, very dark spot that you have to jump through to get to the other side. And what makes it dark is you don't know what's on the other side. But if you had enough pain on this side, most of you will jump. But some of you right at the last minute go, I don't know what's the other side. Maybe I'll hang on to what I have. So I used to kick people through the opening. For decades, a decade and a half of my career, I do that. People thought it was the greatest thing, was magical. But then I'd see somebody a year and a half, 2 years later, and they change back. And I go, what happened? I go, well, you didn't program me properly. And I realized I'd used the wrong metaphor. It's conditioning, it's not programming, and you're in control of it. I can help you, but you're in control of it. You can change your conditioning. You can make yourself miserable or happy. You can do whatever you want. That's free will. That's the one gift our Creator clearly has given us. If you doubt it, look how people behave. You'll know there's free will. And guess what? What happens is, if you don't jump through that opening, if you don't push yourself through to the other side, even though you don't know what it is, you get to start the whole thing over all over again. You have to wait till you get enough satiation and enough dissatisfaction, and finally you hit a threshold again, and then the truth will stare you in the face again, and then the opening will be there, and will you jump through or not? So instead of kicking through, I give people a little nudge, bring them right to the edge, I make them jump through so that they own the victory. So what is it that will fulfill you? What is it that's going to give you that art of fulfillment so you have the most amazing life? Because listen to me for a moment. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. If you make everybody happy except you, that's the ultimate failure. So if you want fulfillment, we got to figure out what it is. Because if you achieve everything and you don't float your boat, if you don't feel that sense of meaning and fulfillment, then what is it all for? So there is no absolute rules when it comes to this, but there are a couple of guidelines. I'll give you two. If you want to be fulfilled, first you got to explore, try different things, get yourself in different environments, because you won't know to try enough different things. Get around where people are doing better and experience what they're doing, and something will hit you. But the rules of the game are simple. There are two aspects that will make you fulfilled of whatever you go for. Number one, it must require you to grow in some way. So you have to grow. If you don't grow, you what? If your business is not growing, it is not neutral. It is dying. There is no middle ground. The middle ground's an illusion. There's plateaus, and if you don't grow from the plateaus, you'll start to drop. So we grow or we die. And by the way, when we grow, we feel alive. People ask me all the time, Tony, you've traveled the whole world. What is the secret to happiness? I tell them one word: progress. Progress equals happiness. I don't care if you've even gotten to the goal. If you start making progress, you're going to be happy. Because when you get the goal, how long are you going to stay happy for? I want you to think, how many can think of a goal that you didn't say this is all there is? I want you to think of a goal that you got to the goal, and at the end of it, you were thrilled you achieved the goal, and you really loved it, and you were on fire. How long did that great feeling last? 5 years? A year? 6 months? 6 weeks? Why? Why would you work that hard, that long, for something that makes you feel good for maybe 6 weeks, maybe a couple months? Because the purpose of a goal is not to get the goal. The purpose of the goal is what it makes of you to get the goal. Because what you get does not make you happy. Who you become makes you very happy or very sad. That's the purpose of the goal. That's the purpose of going for it. So you have to say, is this something that's really gonna light me up? Is gonna make me grow? And the second part of what makes you fulfilled is giving. And I'll tell you why. This is not something I'm making up because I think psychologically it's great. Research shows it over and over again. We're built to grow and we're built to give. In fact, how many of you, when a great thing happens, when you have a great experience, what's the first thing you want to do when you have a really great experience of something? How many want to share it with somebody you love or somebody you care about? Why? Because we can only experience so much joy within ourselves by ourselves. But when we share it, it magnifies it. That's why I want to do it. So we're designed to grow and to give. And if you're not growing, you're not going to be happy and fulfilled. Doesn't matter what it is. And if you're not giving, you won't be. And when you grow, you have something to give. They feed each other. But if this process stops, it won't matter how successful you are. So the point that I want to make here is if you want to be fulfilled, you got to find out what it is for you. And by the way, it can change at different stages of life. What really fulfilled you at one time, it gets scary for people. Some people go, it's like, I'm questioning everything. You know, I'm having a midlife crisis.